Okay, folks, so trying something new here. I was just streaming on that app, Prism Live Studio, I believe it's called, and it's a great app. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't really working on me, and I realized this recently. Actually, I don't know when it was, but YouTube's updated itself a lot, and I guess they somehow dropped the 1,000 subscribers requirement, which I thought was kind of dumb. Anyways, I don't know why you need 1,000 subscribers to live stream. So I'm able to live stream mobily. By the way, you could still live stream before on the computer, but yeah, I can live stream here on try this way on I can still live stream here on YouTube. So yeah, I'm really glad they updated that. So for any of you who didn't know that they changed it, yeah, YouTube changed it. So now you can live stream just straight on YouTube. So hopefully you don't have to deal with all that live studio. I don't actually know what it's like for you guys, if it just looks like a normal live stream, because it's like this app that lets you live stream on like, I think YouTube, maybe Facebook, other sites without 1,000 subscribers or without whatever the requirement is on the other sites. So it's pretty cool. But there's like some technical issues with it sometimes. And so yeah, I'm just live streaming straight on YouTube here. Let me see the chat. All right, so yeah, hopefully it works for you guys. You guys can type stuff in the chat. Yeah, it's my first actual live stream on just straight on YouTube instead of just going through that app to do on YouTube. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully, I don't know if the quality is any different, but you guys can let me know. And yeah, really glad to have you guys here today. It's always great live streaming. And yeah, I was on my other stream for like 12 minutes. I don't know if no one joined in or if there were some technical issues, but let's just hope this works better now. And yeah, I'm really excited. So here in the garden, and it's a really nice day. I checked the weather earlier, and it's nice and balmy. Palms should be doing well for some weeks before they actually have to endure their first like really cold temperatures. I don't know when that will be, but yeah, it shouldn't really be in the 20s for at least a week. Might dip into the 20s at some point, but yeah, I don't think we had a single day in the teens last year, so let's just hope it stays above the teens. I'm not too sure that will happen. You know, it always you know, year by year, it's just so hard to tell predict what the winter will be like. I've heard most of the reports say it's going to be a rough winter, or at least a lot of snow, which usually means a lot of cold too. Again, snow can actually help palms, because in like Wichita, Kansas, for example, some of the palms there, like there's this like a Camerops that survived. It's crazy. They only survived, the guy speculated, because they were under this huge blanket, like 3 feet of snow or something. And that helped sort of insulate them and keep them protected from that cold, bitter wind. So yeah, it definitely snow is not at all a bad thing for palms, and it can be actually beneficial. But when they say a lot of snow, it usually means a lot of cold as well. It's going to be some cold temperatures. So that's what I've heard. I've heard like one person say it was going to be a unusually mild winter. Again, usually the local reports are going to be like a regional are going to be more accurate than like across the continent, because it could be, it was a very mild winter here last winter, and then in Texas it was like worst winter in a century. So you never exactly know. And from location to location, even one part of the state to another, can be vastly different. I mean, Houston versus like El Paso. El Paso's out in the desert, you got all those mountains. Definitely helps moderate temperatures more than in Houston, which is all flat and just got knocked out pretty badly. It was rough. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And everything's doing well here. Palms are doing well. I'm really glad that I gave them that full growing season. Put them in the ground. I think all of them that weren't here, this was the only one that was actually here through last winter. Again, unprotected, completely unprotected, and it did super well. And I planted it in December, so it shows you what a mild winter does. They make it through just fine here. And yeah, every palm that was not here through last winter was planted, I believe, in March. So they've had just about the fullest growing season that they can have before winter sets in. So hopefully their roots, will become really well established. They'll become well established, and the roots will have expanded just beyond the potting soil and into the ground, helping to secure them and get them well established. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do in winter. I'm not looking forward to winter itself, but it's always interesting to see which palms make it. Unfortunately, which ones don't make it sometimes, or just which ones do better than others, and which ones actually grow in winter, because usually very minimal growth up in these latitudes, or at least this location. We do not get a lot of winter growth out of our palms here. But you know, I mean, who cares about that when they're when they're actually able to make it through winter here? It's pretty awesome. And obviously our growing range is very restricted, but we could still grow several species of palms. Actually, quite a few of the hardiest, very hardiest palms here. So I'm very grateful for that. And I can't take that for granted because there's a lot of locations. I think if I was in a more northern location, like I don't know, like Calgary or something, I'd still protect my palms. I still get some hardy palms, maybe needle palm, sable minor, trachea are actually really easy to box in. I'd probably protect them. Only problem with tracheas is like my big one. I'll go show it to you guys there. Look at that. Is the fronds are like so wide. It's like almost as wide as it is tall. Not quite, but not that far either. Is that like boxing that in? You got to get a wide box, but you can always trim back the fronds or something. But thankfully, we don't really need to worry about that here. I'm just thinking like C9s or something to help get them through. Some sort of maybe someone commented like a spotlight or something that could really help, like a heat lamp or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. Come the fire trucks. It's a fire station like right on the other side of the street there. So it's funny. I feel like I don't. Maybe I'm just really used to it, but I feel like I don't actually notice the fire trucks that much, like compared to you know, what you'd think living next to a fire station. But yeah, you don't really notice them that much. At least I don't. Oh, there's some good seedlings in here. I'm just inspecting this bank here. You can see all these weak liriope here, and then here, let me pull this ivy out, and then you can see this nice sturdy seedling here. Beautiful. And I want to be careful because I actually haven't. I know where most of the seedlings are over there, but I feel like there's probably more that have germinated here that I just haven't noticed. So I want to be really careful with that. I don't want to step on any of them. For me, if one of these seedlings even snaps or dies unnecessarily, you know, it's very sad because I don't. No one likes losing palms, and especially me. I really just. It's a heartbreak, and I'm really actually sad what happened to my trachea. It had spear pull, and I did make the really stupid mistake. I made a lot of really stupid mistakes. I know more now, thankfully, but again, I had 2 Trachycarpus fortuna I planted here. I had another one planted just about there. Last winter, both of them made it through looking good. One of them did have some residual damage, the other one, and it had spear pull, unfortunately. So I chopped it down. You know, that may sound a little stupider than it is, but it's still pretty dumb. When you cut like through a palm, you can cut actually down to the live tissue, which can help save it. But I should have just done that as a last resort. I definitely didn't. And whether we're starting to warm up, I should have just poured peroxide down that thing. The rest of the fronds are fully green. It just had spear pull. So I was really stupid. And yeah, I'm thinking that trachea, I'm going to, you know, I wish I'd not done that. You know, I put it in also a shaded spot. I moved it after I did that. I did a lot of really stupid things because that trachea just probably could have made it because my camera ops had spear pull after last winter. It definitely was not from the cold. I don't know what it was actually. But yeah, I was actually worried about it. It had spear pull. I think like 2 of the spears or 2 of like the new leaves pulled out, and I just left it alone, gave it some peroxide like once, and it came back better than ever. So probably would have happened with my trachea too, which makes me very sad. But you know what? You can't cry over spilled milk. But I wish I could put that milk back in the glass or something like that. You know, it's sad, but I guess it's just what you gotta deal with. It's part of growing palms. You live and you learn, and you make mistakes and you learn from them. You know. I'm thankful my other trachea didn't die, and it's actually doing really well. And I want to do all I can to keep this thing nice and green, but also put it to the test. I don't want to just box it in when I don't need to. You know, in a mild winter, like I said, I planted these palms in December, the tracheas, this one, and I planted them like around my birthday, like mid-December. It's the most stupid thing, and they both made it through. You know, pretty much no damage, and they're tiny. I just planted them in the middle of December when like the soil was frozen. And they made it through fine, and that just shows you they do really well here, with the exception of like the occasional very bad freeze. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Yeah, everything's doing well. Trachea's doing really awesome. Really pleased to see that, and I'm really happy about that. Can't wait to get the thing in the ground. Obviously, I'm gonna wait till spring. I don't want to do something stupid and have it suffer or die. But I'm really excited to see how that Trachea does, and it makes me so happy to have this. I've been looking for a palm like that for so long, and the thing is, if you order them, this is like so much better in so many ways. It's a lot cheaper to get it from a local nursery than to order it online. And if you order it online, here I'll go show it to you guys. If I'd ordered a Trachea online this size, they would have had to you'd be like moving it and putting it through shipping, so they would have like pencil pruned it, which is what what you have to do to conserve energy, or they would have like maybe bare root shipped it. I don't know about that but it'd be so expensive, and you'd have all that. Look at that ladybug on the Trachea carpus frond. That is pretty cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, so I was able to get one since it was a local nursery. They didn't pencil prune it to ship it, and I actually got one with a nice full green fronds. But yeah, it looks great. I'm really, really happy, and that's just a beautiful palm. And it's getting like a little big for its container. Yeah, that actually should probably be repotted at some point soon, but I'm just gonna leave it. Obviously, I'm not gonna mess with it till spring when I put it in the ground. It's gonna be difficult getting that thing out of there. It's heavy to carry. I could barely carry that thing. It's a heavy palm, but it's so beautiful, and I'm so glad to have it. I'm very lucky. That's a great nursery, Null's Produce. The guy doesn't usually sell them, so I had to negotiate with him, and I did get a pretty good deal on it, so can't complain about that. I'm really pleased. All is doing well though. Yeah, it's garden looks great. Palms are doing well, and this Trachea is gonna stay out here in a pot. If worst comes to worst, it gets really cold. I was thinking below 20. I'm thinking now like below 15, since this thing's already been out like the whole winter. I mean, winter hasn't even come yet, but it's already been out the whole season. So I'm thinking I will below 15 probably. Maybe like 17, 18. Somewhere between 15 and 20, I'm going to bring it inside, just to be safe. Obviously, they can take down like 5 Fahrenheit or below, in extreme circumstances. But it's in a pot, so it's less hardy. I put it against the wall, so it's got some nice shelter from the wind and stuff. But it will, like my camera apps, I'm sort of just going to play it by ear, like what I did last winter, meaning just kept it in a pot and then brought it inside when it got really cold. So yeah, that's kind of the story with this Trachea. And it's still growing, pushing out some new fronds here. It's got a lot of green spears. Here, let me see all the spears there. It's got like 3 nice spears and a new frond opening up. It's beautiful, really magnificent. Yeah, palms are just incredible. Just how the incredible variation of them. Some can like not even survive in Miami, like barely make it in Miami. The least hardy of palms, like the sealing wax palm, and then some just do so well in really cold climates like here. Not that this is like so cold, but for palms, nobody who really doesn't know anything about palms would really ever say palm trees can grow here. If that were like a trivia question, can palm trees grow here, and you bet your money on it, people would obviously say no. But no, they certainly can, and I'm really glad for that. I mean, yeah, palm trees. The question of like, do palm trees grow somewhere? Palm trees can grow anywhere theoretically, but you just need to protect them. I don't think they could actually grow in a place like, I don't know, like northernmost Alaska or something. They would never, because they'd have to be boxed in year round, even like the hardiest palms. And you've got like no sunlight in is it summer? Anyways, you got like no sunlight like half the year. So that'd be kind of rough. And yeah, it would not be wouldn't be great. I don't think you could actually grow palms anywhere. That like Antarctica, you'd never be able to unwrap them basically. So you'd have to keep it like insulated or somehow. But yeah, just about most places that are inhabited by people, you can grow palms. You just have to box them in. So it's an interesting question. Like, do palms grow, I don't know, in northern Alaska or something like that? It'd be interesting to see like where you could get a palm to grow with protection. But I'm not a huge person for protecting palms. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like to protect them. If it were a cold winter and it's protect or have your palms die, I protect them. But I'm not a huge person for like, a lot of people like in this climate, palm enthusiasts will plant like washies and stuff and protect them. And not only do they get so big so quickly that you need to like just let them freeze, unfortunately, because they get too big to protect. But also, I mean, there's so many beautiful palms that do grow here. I'd rather just stick with the ones that actually grow here instead of having to like box in some palm that will never grow here. I don't know. I just think there's something cool about winter being able to actually see your palms rather than having to box them in and having to rely on that heat source. I like just, you know, having the hardy palms here, hardiest ones. Yeah, I'd love to get an Anaerops Richiana. Obviously, they're incredibly rare. Only one I've really seen ever. I saw like one at Huntington Gardens and then one in a Pungo Palms nursery, believe it or not. The guy got one to grow there, and it was actually doing really well. Hope the chat's not disabled. Obviously, if it is, you guys can't tell me, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, I hope that... Huh. Alright, yeah, so I hope this is working. Yeah, let me know if it says live chat, so if anyone's in there, you guys can type some comments in. Usually we got some people by now, maybe, I don't know. If you guys are busy, I totally get it, of course, but if you guys are in there, I'd love to hear from you, and also I'd love to just to know if this is actually working, because I'm live streaming straight on YouTube this time instead of through another app. So I'd love to see if this actually works. But yeah, if you guys are in there, let me know what it's like, let me know where you are, what your weather is. I always love hearing about like what the weather is in different cities around the country, continent, world, etc. And yeah, really fun. I love live streaming. I love interacting with you guys, because you guys, I think it's YouTube is, I'm not saying there's no issues with YouTube. There's definitely issues with YouTube, you know, but I think it's a great way for people to connect, you know, especially, you know, like for us palm enthusiasts. I think it's provided a great platform for us to really interact. Like I can interact with a palm grower in, I don't know, Uzbekistan or something. I've actually talked to someone from Uzbekistan before on Palm Talk, and it's just so crazy. You know, 40 years ago, I'd have no way of interacting with that person, or even like 20 years ago. But now, you know, it's pretty incredible. I think that we're able to talk to people, you know, from all over the world and watch videos of palms and, you know, places across the globe. So I think it's pretty neat. But yeah, it says someone's in there. Is anyone in there? In the yeah, I hope. Usually some people are in here by now, but I don't know. If anyone's in there, yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. And yeah, always love hearing from palm growers. That's my Trichocarpus wagnerianus there, and everything's doing well. Spanish moss here is it's been struggling a bit, but a little bit of it's still alive. It's like still barely alive. All right, there we go. Yeah, the Spanish moss is not going to make it, unfortunately. If it does, I'd be very surprised. But you can see it's a bit shriveled up. Barely any live. I don't know if you guys saw my live stream last week, but I actually found a I found a clump of Spanish moss in the middle of the street that was it was originally mine, and then like these birds took it, used it for a nest. I didn't know where it went. Yeah, and then I just like the other week, I was walking in the middle of the street, and there's just a clump of leaves with some Spanish moss in it. And if I hadn't been growing Spanish moss, I'd be quite shocked to see Spanish moss in the middle of the street here. But no, that's most certainly from mine, which was stolen by some birds. So you got to get a big chunk of it. And yeah, mine's been struggling quite a bit. Mostly dead, almost entirely dead. Still a little bit of live Spanish moss in there, but if we're going to spring, maybe I'd have a little bit of hope. But if you know, going into winter, there's not a chance that thing's probably gonna make it. I wish it would, but I love Spanish moss, and if I at some point get a big clump of it, you know, I thought I got a good sized clump. I definitely need more. You know, and if you go to like Florida or something, you're definitely not taking away anything, because Spanish moss is like everywhere there, all across the state. Yeah, Spanish moss is a super cool plant, and I've seen someone post a video of like a Spanish moss growing on, I don't know if it was a palm or some tree in like the Bay Area in San Francisco, and I'd imagine you need to keep it pretty well watered there, even though you got a lot of fog and you got more water than Southern California. I'd still imagine the Bay Area is way too dry to grow Spanish moss without like either misting or consistent water. I don't know how they do that, but it'd be interesting to try it in Southern California. It's definitely temperature-wise, it'd be great. But just about everything else about the weather there wouldn't be too great. I need to keep it very, very well watered. I don't know if that'd be possible. Be interesting to try though. But yeah. All right. You see this 1 second. Oh, this is really weird. I don't know if the chat's disabled or what, but you guys can let me know. And if it's not working, I'm really sorry. I sure hope it is. But yeah, if I hope that hope you guys are able to hear me, and yeah, you guys could comment on my videos. Let me know if I did something wrong, if I disabled the chat or something by accident, or maybe I don't know if it's anyone's there. But yeah, anyways, palms are doing well, and I'm really pleased to see that sable minor seedlings. You guys can see them all there, all doing well. It's amazing how their growth slows down once it starts to get cold. Just like the eucalyptus, the seedlings were like growing like, pretty fast, and then they just really slow down. So I got 3 seedlings over here. Again, I never scattered seedlings over here. I put them all over there, and animal or something took them over here. Got one there, one right here, and then there's a third one somewhere. I'm gonna try to find it. Oh, there we go. Something came over and chewed it up, but it's still alive and still doing well. There it is. There's my 3rd sable minor seedling. Right there. See, I got 3 of them over here on this side of the tree, and then it's about like 40 of them or something over there. Yeah. If you guys are in there, let me know. If chat's working. I have a suspicion that maybe chat's disabled. I haven't been able to see any comments yet, but yeah, try it out. Let me know. Yeah, this trachea is just so great, and it's doing so well, and thankfully the growing conditions, I don't I'm not changing the pot yet. I'm not doing anything, so the growing conditions sort of stay the same, and I'm really pleased to see that they actually kept it outside this far. So I don't need to really worry about it going into some sort of shock from like if it were in a greenhouse, just keeping it outside. I can keep this thing outside as long as it's above, probably I'm thinking 17, 18 Fahrenheit, something around there. I will be, yeah, I'll keep this thing outside. All right. It says there's someone in there. Is chat not working? Huh. I might end the stream soon if I don't get any comments, because I have a feeling I may have disabled the chat by accident. But I hope not. Hopefully I'm proven wrong. Fronds look really good. Bit of browning, might be a little underwatered. I just gave it some water today, and it should do well. It's amazing. Every time I come out here, I'm just so shocked at how big it is, because, looks smaller from further away, I guess, but it's actually when you stand next to it, it's like taller than me. It's got to be like 6'5" or something. These fronds got a little smashed up when I put them in the car, so I'm hoping that this can. Let me see if this. Okay, that looks like it was like that already. Yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Yeah, I don't think the chat's working too well. I don't know. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I tried streaming on YouTube for the first time, and I sure hope that I hope it works, because I'm glad to see YouTube disabled that thing that you had to have like 1,000 subscribers to live stream. So I'm really glad to see that, and yeah. If I do stop streaming, I will start again momentarily, hopefully with the chat issue fixed. But yeah, I know how frustrating it is when the chat's blocked and you guys want to say something, and that's the most fun part. Oh, what do you know? My looks like the chat is working. Sorry, I thought the chat wasn't working. DC5V, nice Trachycarpus. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Trachycarpus is doing well, and yeah, it's I'm really pleased to have this. I got it from a local nursery called Null's Produce, and Null's Produce, they got all sorts of stuff. They got nice trackies, big washies that are at least as big as that. They've got some bigger trackies even, and all sorts of stuff. Big Camerops. Really pleased to see that. So really cool, and that is just great to see. It's a great place, and yeah, the owner of the place, we did some negotiating, got the price to $300, which may sound like a lot, but believe me, for a palm of the size, it's actually quite a bargain. I'm actually really glad about that. And supposedly I was told that they were originally $379, so I got a good deal on that. I went from $250. That was the original price. I said $250. $250, by the way, is also, $300. I think is pretty reasonable. It's definitely on the good for me side of reasonable, but usually it's about $100 per foot of trunk, and certainly it's got a lot of fronds above that. But I'd say, yeah, I started with $250. I mean, look, that's like a foot. That's like a foot, and then it's probably like it's between probably 2.5 and 3 feet of trunk at least, actually. So I started $250, went up to $270, and then $300. Sold, and we shook on it, and the rest is history. I got this palm, and I'm really happy about that. I'm you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna cover these leaves, the roots, and with some leaves, because those roots are exposed, and in those biting cold winter nights, that is not a great thing. So let's go get some leaves. Let's go cover this thing. Ooh, God, these holly leaves are rough. Not the most pleasant thing on the skin. A nursery where I live was selling a Trachycarpus of that size. Wow, 150 DC5V. Where do you live? Are you in the DC area? Wow. Yeah, I'm just north of Washington DC in Maryland, but yeah, where are you located? Because 150 that's really cheap for a Trachycarpus of this size. Georgia. Okay, yeah. Are you near Atlanta or South Georgia? Because there's lots of trackies in Georgia. That's pretty awesome to hear. Yeah, I'm covering these with leaves. Georgia, got it. Yeah, Georgia's a great state. I've never actually been to Georgia. I've been through the Atlanta airport once, but that was connecting, coming up from Florida a couple of years ago. And Georgia is, it's amazing the palms you can grow even up in like Atlanta and up in like the foothills, the Appalachians, in like far north Georgia, like Trenton and stuff like that. I think it's called Trenton, a city up in North Georgia. There's like still trackies and palmettos and stuff up there. It's crazy. I love what you can grow there. Atlanta area, got it. Atlanta is a cool place. I really hope to make it there, but they sold out fast. Ah, wow. I bet. I mean, gardeners there, I don't know if it's that they're more knowledgeable about palms or just that there's definitely a lot more availability, and they do a lot better than they do here, in like talking about like palmetto and stuff, because you got more growing options certainly there. You can even grow washies for like unprotected, at least for a few years. That's pretty awesome though. Yeah, I'll get some leaves around here. Can't hurt, you know. That's it's always good to have that little extra protection. You may think it does, people may think it does nothing, but it actually helps a lot. Hey, Georgia Gardener. I was worried there for a second. I was streaming for like 20 minutes and like 15 minutes like previously before that. And I thought that my stream, I thought that chat was broken or something, but I guess no one was there. But yeah, how's the quality, by the way? Is there anything different that you noticed about the stream? Because I actually, for the first time, I'm streaming directly on YouTube. I was on Prism Live Studio before that, because when I first started uploading videos, they had a streaming requirement for mobile streaming, like on a phone. You could always stream on a desktop, but you used to have 1,000 subscribers to 1,000 or more subscribers to live stream mobile. And thankfully they've changed that requirement. I don't know if there's still a requirement or if there's no requirement, but I only have like 385 subscribers, and I'm able to, so thankfully they lowered the requirement, and or maybe there's none, because YouTube's updated a lot lately. And yeah, I hope the quality is still the same, and thankfully I don't have to deal with that app. It was actually not working on me earlier, so I'm gonna go delete that app now. And yeah, I'm really glad that I can stream straight on YouTube. So for those of you who knew the previous system, Georgia Gardener and all you guys, you no longer need 1,000 subscribers to live stream on YouTube. And I actually knew that like a month ago, but I just forgot. And yeah, so you guys can live stream, which is really great. Quality is nice. Glad to hear it. Thanks, Georgia Gardner. Great to see you here, by the way. Your videos are fantastic. For anyone who hasn't seen them, go to the Georgia Gardner. Go to his YouTube channel. He's got fantastic videos of all sorts of palms, exotic plants, etc. in the Atlanta, Georgia area, North Georgia. And I keep, the more I see, the more amazed I am with, like, I see all sorts of posts and stuff of like amazingly huge sable palmetto, even some pretty big washies, camarops, huge sagos, all sorts of stuff you can grow there that you can't grow here. So Atlanta, I mean, it's amazing what you can grow there, or in like that area. You have a great channel, by the way, Georgia Gardner. I really love it. Caleb Zone 6B, good to see you here. How are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well. I think I've seen some of your posts. Palms look good. I hope everything's growing well and going well, and that's real awesome. It says I can't, does it say, Georgia Gardner, does it say like you need a certain amount of subscribers to live stream? Like, does it say, it used to say when I first tried, you like have to have like 1,000 subscriber, it's like the minimum needed is 1,000, or you must have 1,000 subscribers to live stream. Or maybe it just said, you don't have enough. Here, yeah, you should look it up. That's what I did. Look up the requirement, because maybe it's like 300 or something like that. I don't know how many subscribers you have, but I bet you'll get there soon, because you have a great channel, and with the content like that and frequent uploads, I bet your subscriber count's gonna grow a ton. And I find that when I go through periods, like lately I've been really busy and haven't uploaded as many videos, my subscriber count grows at a slower rate, or is stagnant even for a couple days. I find that my subscriber count like goes directly up with how many videos you upload. So I used to try to upload daily. It's basically impossible for me now. I get home at like 6 o'clock or later from school, and my school day is so long. It's sports goes really late, and I have a lot of homework, unfortunately. So Yeah, it's been busy lately, so I haven't had as much time to upload. But I find that the more I upload, the more my subscriber count grows. It's interesting to watch that, see how that happens. That's weird, the Georgia Gardner. I hope you're able to live stream soon. I would and if you can't, by the way, you can download the Prism Live Studio app, and it's basically the same as live streaming on YouTube. I mean, it just allows you to sync it with YouTube, and then you can just live stream. All of my previous live streams before this one, this is my first one on YouTube. All have been through the Prism Live Studio app, and it's just a normal YouTube streaming. It's just a normal YouTube stream, but it allows you to do it without the subscriber count or whatever the requirement is. It's actually a great app, but yeah, they also sold 5-foot European. Wow. Yeah, they had some, they weren't 5 feet, but they had some actually cameras that actually they were like 5 feet at the nursery where I was yesterday. You can see my video on the palms there, but they have some huge camera ops, some of which almost look like they had a bluish tinge, which I want to get the blue form. I'm not spending my money on another green form camera ops because they're expensive. But yeah, it was pretty impressive, and they had like huge trunk. They were really pruned up, and they had like a huge trunk like up to here. A camera ops, but they were $400. So yeah, stuff's more expensive here, but certainly it was not as expensive as ordering it online because you have to pay for all that shipping cost. That'd be crazy. Yeah, 300 is good. Yeah, it's definitely a good deal. And I heard that these were the original guy who told me about these said they were originally 379. So I got a bargain. But it's weird. They have them for sale in like a normal, in like the normal sales area with all the Christmas trees. But they're actually like owned by the owners. And he said he doesn't want to plant like he overwinters them, and like they're his personal palms, but they're out in the sales area. I don't know if I had to like call ahead of time, and you can't just walk up and buy them unless you speak to him, and maybe he'll sell them to you. Like he said he was not going to sell this one at first, and I had driven like 50 minutes to get there. It's like 50 minutes. It's a good distance from my home. It's like 25 miles or something, at least. So I tried to. I was like, well, he's like I've originally said I won't sell it. I'm not sure about this one. And he's like, what do you think is a good price? So we negotiated. Yeah, 300 is definitely a good deal for this. And especially not without shipping. I thought certain to get a palm this size, I need to have it shipped, because there was another great nursery that sold big ones, even bigger than this. And they, unfortunately, they still have big needle palms, and I definitely need to check that place out. But they unfortunately stopped selling the huge trackies a little while ago. But this is just awesome. Told you don't have the requirements, and that's it. That's weird, Georgia Gardner. I don't know. Yeah, look up what the requirements are. That's what I would do. I'm not really sure. Oh, yeah, of course, Georgia Gardner. I love your channel. New palm for Christmas. Oh, Mediterranean variety. I think I know what that is. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome, Georgia Gardner. I can't wait. Your garden is magnificent. The palms in your area are amazing, and you're lucky because you got certainly more availability for content than I do. I mean, there's actually a lot of palms in DC. There's a good number that I can make videos on, but you definitely, I mean, you can just walk down any street and find a palm. For us, it's like maybe every 10, 15 blocks, maybe you'll find a palm, but you can just walk down any block there and find a palm. So you got great palms in your area, and your videos are amazing. That's awesome. Frost every night here for the past 2 months. Well, wow, we haven't really had frost. I mean, we've gotten like the low 31 or 32 is the low we've had so far, and today it's about 56 right now. I checked earlier. I'll go check in a second. That's awesome. It just got down to 19 Fahrenheit. Wow, that's pretty cold. Jeez, it didn't get down to, I think 22 was the low for all of last winter here. So that's pretty cold, Caleb. But yeah. Work from 4 to 9:30 tonight. Got it. Yeah. Of course. Well, definitely don't stay on the stream if you have work. Definitely, you should probably get to that. But I'm sorry to hear that, and hopefully it goes well. Should I go? Yes. Georgia Gardner, definitely go live. I will. I'll probably be ending this at some point. I've been live streaming for like an hour because I was doing another stream on the other app before this. Not the other app. It was on YouTube, but through the other app. And I guess no one joined in. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely go live after this ends. And I don't know what the requirement is. You can download the Prism Live Studio app, but I would love to see that. Says I'm not eligible. That's really, there must be still a minimum subscriber count then. It must be like 300 subscribers. They must have lowered it. Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Yeah, I would look at what the requirement is. Got down to 29 the other day. Wow. It said it was supposed to get down to 29, but I don't think it ever did. I think it's supposed to get down to 29 on Thursday or something like that. I want the blue form. Yeah, me too. I got the green form already, and I really want the blue form. It's supposedly hardier. And I was saying this on my other live stream, which I actually deleted. I think I went for like 12 minutes and then deleted it. And then I tried another live stream, and then this is the third one. But I was saying that this guy posted a picture. I was stunned because he was posting the pictures of like sable minor needle palms, which made it through in Wichita, Kansas, which is zone 6A, 6B. It's about the same as, it might be 6B. It's like the same as Cincinnati, Ohio, which is where my dad's from. So it's a much colder zone than here, 6A, 6B. In the middle of the Great Plains. It's and I'd be surprised. So he posted the picture. Sable minor needle palm did really well, and they're thriving after last winter, which is crazy because last winter was the polar vortex, and you hear about Texas a lot, but it went right down the Great Plains and hit Oklahoma and Kansas pretty hard too, and it's like right in the middle of Kansas. It got hammered last winter, so these palms made it. He posted a picture of a palmetto, which made it. I mean, a sable palmetto, making it in that. I couldn't believe it. I mean, making it in a bad zone 6A, 6B winter in that polar vortex, I couldn't believe it. And then he posted a picture of a blue form Cameros recently. That was it's magnificent looking. And I was like, that couldn't have been there last winter. And he said it survived, and he thought it was dead originally. And he thinks it was because it was under like 3 feet of snow, and the snow actually insulated it. And it survived, and it was crazy. A blue form Cameros making it in a normal winter in Wichita, Kansas would have just blown me away. I'm like, what? It's like making Cincinnati or something, but in like a worst polar vortex in like a century. I don't know if it was the worst in Wichita, but certainly in Texas, in this horrible polar vortex. It's just crazy how hardy they are. A lot harder than I originally thought. I'm just going to tell y'all now. I might get the volcano. Yes, Georgia Gardner. That's so awesome. I really want that. Volcano form is the one that would definitely do best here and make it, certainly in most winters with no protection. I have the green one now. Are you going to keep that in the pot? So I'm going to keep it. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to keep it in a pot till spring, and then I'm going to plant it, and it's going to be in the ground. And then it'll have to make it from there. Maybe I'll do C9s or some sort of spotlight or something to keep it warm. But they don't need protection unless in a really bad winter here. So I'm keeping it in a pot this winter because I don't want to plant it now. I don't want to have transplant shock or anything. And I'm thinking I was debating 15, 20. I'm thinking if it's below maybe 17 or 18 Fahrenheit. So between 15 and 20. If it's below that temperature, 17 or 18 Fahrenheit, I'm going to bring it in to this little building right here, this shed building. Otherwise, I will be keeping it outside all winter. Again, I was worried about putting it outside and having it go into shock just because it was in a greenhouse, but I was surprised to see that it actually wasn't in a greenhouse. They have them outside. They have the washies. They even had a huge queen palm outside. It's been outside this whole year, and they all looked great so far. So this has actually been outside all seasons so far. So it's not going to have any trouble. I'm thinking below, 17 or 18 to be safe. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's a good temperature below which I should bring this inside? Because if it gets down to like 10 Fahrenheit, I don't want to have this thing go through the stress of that. So I'm probably going to bring it inside. But that's just what I'm thinking. Yep, still a beautiful palm, man. Grateful. Oh, thank you, Georgia Gardner. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really happy to have this. Just uploaded a short of some sable palms in my. Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that. I will be watching that. Place is stacked. That's yes. Yeah, it definitely is. That place has a lot of palms. Are you talking about the store, or the home that you filmed? Because the place that I got this tracking from had a lot of palms. Yeah. I need at least 50 subscribers. Oh, I see. At least 50. So yeah, 50. That's you should be getting there soon, right? Yeah, 50 subscribers. They definitely lowered it because it used to be 1,000, which is a lot. I mean, I thought that was kind of ridiculous, but that makes more sense. They should really just get rid of it entirely. I don't know exactly why you need 50 subscribers, but maybe they should make it like 10 or something, just to show like it's a legitimate channel. But yeah, you should. I mean, I don't know why, but you'll definitely get there soon. I thought, do you have 50 subscribers? I thought you had at least 50. Maybe I'm wrong. Gonna leave my window palm outside all year because it's like a foot tall. Ah, wow. Wait, so I'm assuming you're gonna protect it somehow. Is it in a pot? Yeah, you're gonna need to protect that windmill palm, but yeah, I mean, it'll never make it there, unfortunately. But yeah, if you're protecting that, that's gonna be awesome. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's. Oh, you're in Redmond, Oregon. Yeah. Caleb, pardon me. I thought you were in. There's someone else. I thought you were in like Alberta or something. You're in Redmond, Oregon. Okay, so I'm so sorry, Caleb. I guess I was thinking of Jason. Jason Gillies. He's in Alberta, I think, and he has like needle palms there that he protects and stuff. I thought you were saying 6B like Canadian zone, in which case it wouldn't be able to make it there. But where you are in a mild winter, a trackie can definitely make it. 15 to 18 Fahrenheit. That's exactly what I was going to do. Thank you, Caleb. Yeah. But yeah, I would put your trackie outside, but if it gets, in a 6B winter, even in a normal winter, I'd say if your trackie's in a pot, yeah, below 15 Fahrenheit, probably do some maybe C9s or something. And then if it gets colder than like 10, you might want to wrap that just to be safe. They can certainly take colder than that, but they're less hardy in a pot. So yeah, I would bring it inside if it gets below 20. That's rare. Yeah. It is rare, and we're certainly not going to be seeing temperatures like that for a while. Happy Hanukkah to you guys, by the way. I don't know if any of you are Jewish. I am. My mom is Jewish, so I was raised Jewish, and yeah, we got our menorah and everything. And first night of Hanukkah is tonight, and looking forward to that. It's a good holiday. I'm not very religious, but yeah, looking forward to Hanukkah. And it came early this year. I didn't even realize it was Hanukkah till like over Thanksgiving. When I was with my family, they're like, "Oh, it's Hanukkah this coming week," and I was, this is really early. Usually, it's around the time of my birthday, mid-December, or like even towards Christmas. But this is very early for Hanukkah, so that's exciting. Bring it inside. I managed to get 2 trade cars on eBay. Whoa, 22 inches, DC5V. Is there? Do you have a site for that? I don't know if you'd be willing to share the site that you got that from, but are there still any left? Because if there's a site for that, you said it's on eBay. But man, I'd love to see that. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, because 22 inches for $14 each. That's a killer deal. That's really awesome. I'm really excited for you. And in your climate, they do so well. We got a lot of Georgians here, or 2, I guess, but that's pretty awesome. From the Atlanta area, both of you guys. All good. Awesome, Caleb. Yeah, well, you I guess you have a warmer climate than I thought, certainly. And where you are, I think it's a fascinating climate, because Redmond's like, if I'm not wrong, is Redmond like slightly semi-arid or something? Is it like on that area like that straddles between like the rainforests to the east and then like the desert to the west? Are you in like a sort of semi-arid area, like central Oregon, like from east to west? Because that's really awesome. Yeah, you definitely grow a lot more. I think sable miner, needle palm would do well there, unprotected. I don't know if you have those, but those are two of the hardiest palms, 2 hardiest palms. So yeah, what a deal. Pretty crazy. I cannot believe that. I need to get some of those. And those are rare. Nanoteal, what do you say? Nanoteal cross waggy. Those are not too common. So that's really awesome. For a regular Fortuna, that'd be amazing. C9's on it right now, but whoever made them, the manufacturers put holes in the top of them to make them not be heated. So I'm gonna get a plumbing heat wire and put it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Get one of those plumbing heat wires. And I'm so not knowledgeable about this, because I've never actually used C9s before. I've only seen them. Do you have to like plug C9s in, or are they battery operated? And same with the heat wire. Is it like, you have to like plug it in or somewhere? Because we have some outlets on the side of our home, but how does it work? I keep recommending C9s and saying I'm going to use them, which I will once I plant this, but I don't actually really know how they're powered, because I never actually used one. That's really awesome though. None of my palms are big enough to use C9s on. They don't really have a trunk yet, and I don't want to burn them like with a tiny little wire. Go get the site. Oh, thank you, Caleb. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I guess with Christmas coming, maybe I can get another birthday gift or Christmas gift or something like that. Because I mean, this is my birthday gift. This is yeah. I mean, $300 is not cheap for palm. Maybe it's cheap, but yeah, this is my birthday gift, and I'm so excited. I was thinking about getting like a palm book or some palm postcards, which I already have a lot of. So that's what I usually get. Like the past couple of years, been getting like palm books for my birthday. I got this Fortuna last year, but this is just a killer. There's nothing better than this for a person like me, palm lover. Just amazing. Sorry, I'm just reading through your guys' comments. Thank you very much, Caleb. I really appreciate that. Yeah, definitely share the site. I really look forward to that. I really appreciate that. This is what I love. Like I hope I can help you guys locate some palms to buy, but I feel like, I mean, this on my live stream last week is how I found out about this. I wouldn't have this if not for a viewer. And I feel like so much, you know, we help each other out so much. You guys help me out a lot with not just basic palm knowledge, but also with like you guys have told me about so many sites to buy palms from and stuff. And I feel like we help like people in colder climates, all especially like, you know, finding so many palms that do well here. I feel like there's a good exchange of information here. Like, you know, I love learning about like different sites to buy palms from and stuff from you guys. And I really appreciate that. Sorry. 30 miles southeast from Atlanta. Got it. I think they're still so awesome. Yeah, I really look forward to that. Yeah, 30 miles southeast of Atlanta. Okay, so you're like, go to, I don't know if it's called, I think it's called Marietta. Is there a city called Marietta about 30 miles, 20 miles south of Atlanta? Because that is like, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Marietta. Maybe, I know there's a Marietta, Georgia, but I don't know if that's near Atlanta. Some city, like 20 miles south of Atlanta, the northernmost wild population of sable miner, at least in the Atlanta area, or in like, I think in Georgia. So you should go there at some point because there's wild sable miner really near you. So you should, I would love to see a video on that. That's really, really great location, Georgia Gardner. Like, just amazing. You can grow all sorts of stuff there. Sago palms, pindos, stuff, all sorts of stuff we can't grow. Huge palmettos, Washingtonia. Even you should get a washi. I mean, a Philifera or a filibusta especially can make it with no protection. I'm thinking probably long term where you are. Like when I was in Columbia, South Carolina, I saw huge robustas. I bet you filibusta would do really well there, at least maybe even robusta. I've seen some big robusta in the Atlanta area. Pictures of them. Desert of Oregon. Got it. Yeah. That's very interesting. So I guess you don't get as much summer heat and humidity as we get here. Probably very little humidity. That's why the sables do so well and needle palms. They do love the summer humidity, but you also get big temperature fluctuations, which is good and bad because it gets really cold, but it heats up quickly. So I want to live in LA when I grow up, which is, sort of like that, very arid, semi-arid, I guess. But yeah, I love that, how it gets really warm in the day and then cold at night. It's interesting. Desert of very central. Got it. Yeah. I've seen that on a map before. I think someone, maybe it was you, posted pictures of like the palms there. It's really awesome. Thank you very much, James Tropicals. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It's really great. Sorry. How tall is the trachea? Closer shot. Yeah, of course. So with pot included, it's about a little taller than me. Let me take my hat off. Yeah, I guess I'm standing next to it right now. It's about, I'd say actually it's probably not it's probably close to 6'5", probably about little less than 6.5 feet. Yeah, so it's over 6 feet with the pot. Without the pot, this is probably like without the pot it's probably about 5, and it's probably about 5 feet without the pot. Yeah, maybe yeah, probably about 5 feet without the pot, maybe a little less. But yeah, really spectacular. I'm really glad to have this. Yeah, plug them in. Got it. Thank you, Caleb. Yeah, I should know that, but they're just Christmas lights. Yeah. Okay, got it. So yeah, I'll get an outlet or something. So, and for C9s, do you I guess for me, I wouldn't, it's only really the nighttime lows that you need to worry about here, but do you keep them on during the day and in a place where they're more necessary? Would you keep them on during the day, too, or just at night? Because I guess at night is when our lows are, which is the biggest problem. I think I got the last ones. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. DCV5, got it. Yeah. No problem. That's a really killer deal. And eBay, you can find some really expensive palms, but you can also occasionally find some that are just incredibly reasonably priced. And you got to snag those. Like my coconut, $42, $41, and it's nice and big. That's a killer deal. So I really love that. That's awesome. eBay, by the way, people talk about Amazon's like the new, it's like the modern marketplace. It's like the market everyone goes to. But for the stuff I like, antiques, palms, palm postcards, palm books, eBay is so much better. Model railroad stuff. I used to be really into model railroading. I got a model railroad. eBay is so much better for that kind of stuff. So I love eBay. Etsy also sometimes got some good stuff. Tracky NJ Palms, great to see you in here, by the way. Eucalyptus stellulata, I told you about that, how it got sort of mowed over. I got it inside in a pot. I'm sorry I potted it back up, but, I didn't want to struggle through the winter since it unfortunately got chopped a bit. But it's still alive, and I got it growing inside, so I'm going to repot it in spring, and it should be doing well. Thank you so much, by the way. The Tracky was $300. I negotiated with the guy. They're not for normal sale. they're out in the display area, but they're his personal property. And I said, like, are you gonna plant them? But he's like, no, he said he didn't want like to have to deal with like protecting him in a bad winter, but so he just has them in pots. And I called ahead of time. So if you go to this place, you should call ahead of time. It's called Null's Produce, and I called ahead of time, and he's like, oh yeah, I went there. I asked to speak to the owner, and he's like, oh yeah, you're the guy who called. And he said we got some small ones available, and I drove like 50 minutes, like close to an hour out of the way to go to that place late yesterday. So I was like, well, there's one over here that I was interested in. He's like, let me take a look. So we walked over. I showed him this particular palm, which caught my eye from as soon as I got there, because they had another one that probably would have been about the same price, same pot size, but it was probably like up to here. So this one's definitely bigger. I always like to go for the, again, if you're buying palms, I mean, depends on the situation, but you should always try, if you've got like palms that are like, if you've got like 10 potted palms for the same price, always try to buy the biggest one. Obviously that's definitely not always true. If the biggest ones, you should buy the healthiest one first, and then the biggest one second. So healthy plus size. This one had both of those, and yeah, looks like it might have been a bit underwatered. You got some browning certainly, but I just watered it today, and I'm gonna keep it well watered. But yeah, $300 we negotiated. I said 250 originally. 250, like, it's just, I know how to price these things, because 250 and definitely would have been a steal. And we negotiated up to 270 and then 300, and we shook on it. I bought it, and getting it in my car was the hardest part, and getting it out, I had to smash the fronds a bit, but it actually did really well. So no harm done, really. You could see like how some of these leaflets are a little bit bent because they got smashed in the car in the trunk a little bit, but they're actually all doing super well, and they didn't really get crunched. So sorry. He got it for 300 exactly. Oh yeah, this is the best. This is my early birthday gift. My birthday's like mid-December, and I was originally hoping, I was wondering, my parents were gonna get me like palm books or something, and I asked if I could get this. Drove out to the nursery, and it's a pretty sweet birthday gift. I'm really glad I got this. I didn't actually think I'd be able to get one of these without like having to order it online, and it'd be super expensive. And I'm really grateful to my parents for getting it, for fitting it in the car. It was really hard to get in there. And we sort of crammed it in there. It fit nicely, and it's doing super well. It's a healthy palm. If I'm not mistaken, this is the right one. Which one, Caleb? Not too bad. They have larger ones up here around. Wow. 220. Are you saying for sale, NJ Palms? If they're selling trackies in New Jersey, that's pretty awesome. Oh, by the way, I read this article a long time ago about this guy. I don't know if he was like help in like the hotel industry, but I really like what he was doing. It was about like a Trachycarpus farm in New Jersey. And when you get to like the southern part of New Jersey, like Cape May, that's even milder than here. Trackies are pretty close to bulletproof there. Only a really bad winter will take them out. And you see some big ones down there. This guy, and they showed like his farm. It looked like, a I don't know, like a, where you have crops, except instead of like corn and stuff, he had like rows and rows of Trachycarpus palms. And so it's like, instead of importing palms, this guy's growing them. This New Jersey gardener or something is growing them himself. It's a great article, and it talked about, I forget exactly, it was a long time ago, but this guy that was growing Trachycarpus palms himself in New Jersey. But if they're selling big Trachycarpus palms in New Jersey, that's pretty awesome. Oh my God, this guy, I forget his name. On Facebook, he's been posting pictures of like huge Trachycarpus. By the way, NJ Palms, you'll be interested in this. Some big Trachycarpus in the Philadelphia area, like Cherry Hill. There's like 2 libraries they have big Trachycarpus at. There's a big one at the fire station. There's a big one in another public building. There's like a camera ops planted there, a big one. And I don't know which of these have been through like a lot of bad winters or what, but yeah, there's actually quite a few. So even though like the New Trenton one was sadly butchered, which is just awful, but there's some actually big trackies there. You should check out this guy. I think his name's like Steve Silberstein or something like that on Facebook. That's really good though. 220 for one that size is pretty awesome. Yeah, I would get that. I think you're talking about Monticello. Yeah. Georgia Gardner. You're absolutely right. Monticello Glades, someone called it, which is an interesting name. The Monticello Glades. Yeah, if you're ever in that area, you should definitely go. Yeah, I would have been there earlier, but I'm on only 13, so I can't go. Got it. Yeah, I'm 16, so I Yeah, I totally get that. I'm just I don't even have my license yet. I went driving today and with my permit, of course, and I gotta get I'm getting my license soon. But that's awesome. Got it. Yeah, I mean for 13, I started my channel when I was 14. That's really awesome. You're much more. I mean, you're you have an incredible amount of palm knowledge, and especially like when I was 13, you have like I knew literally nothing about palms besides that just they were awesome. And you have a lot of knowledge for a 13-year-old, and a lot of knowledge really for anyone. Like if you were a mature palm expert, you'd be that's a lot of knowledge. So that's really awesome at such a young age. That's so cool. I got into palms pretty young, and like I said, I'm only 16. So yep, that's awesome. There was 2x15-foot trackies in Eugene, Oregon. What? Free? Wow. So were they like in someone's yard or something? Eugene. Now Eugene is that like south of the what's the capital? How am I forgetting the capital of Oregon? Salem, Oregon. So is that south of Salem? I think it's like Portland, Salem, Eugene. Is that how it works? It's like in a line in that valley there. So that's like a more mild area, but that is insane for free. Jeez. That would not have fit in my car though. I would have had to leave the trunk open. This thing barely fit. That's crazy. That's amazing. If those are free, I'd be like renting a pickup truck and like I'd be over there as quick as I could. And some guy on Facebook, by the way, has a home near here that he moved out of, but he offered to go back there, ask the owner, and dig out the needle palm and even a brazoria that he said he didn't know if it was still alive, but he offered to have me go there and dig out the palms with him, which is really nice. So may have to take him up on that. Really nice. It's through Facebook how you can connect with people like that. But yeah. All right, let's see this. I got 2 small old trackies last year. 2-year-old, 30. That's awesome. I think mine were like, this one here was like 20 maybe. Can't remember. I got 2 of them like that. But that's really awesome. That's pretty good price. Again, like you find like 10 of these online that are like 50, and then you'll find like one that's 20. It's like very rare the pricing is so uneven. It's really weird. Yes, definitely. Well, Georgia Gardner, yeah, you should, I guess, if you can make it over to Monticello at some point, that'd be. I would love to see a video of this wild sable miner. That's awesome. Do you think a settled trachy harvester tuna could withstand -3 Fahrenheit? So, I would have probably said no, before that Texas deep freeze, during which trackies made it through. -5 Fahrenheit, unprotected. Some died certainly, but I think the answer is probably yes, of a very hardy trachea for very little time. So it depends. Supposedly trackies are hardy to 0 Fahrenheit. Of course, it varies depending on where they're from, ecotype, stuff like that. This one is a take heel. This is the hardiest trachea carver species. Supposedly, again, there's very few out there in cultivation in like very cold climates for people to test that, but supposedly that's hardy to -3 Fahrenheit. But I bet you a trachea can make it -3 for a very short time, if it's well established, and if it's like an older one that's for a very short amount of time. Some might make it. Some would die. Yeah, that's quite cold. It's a good question though. I'd love to see that. I'm not saying with that would survive. Yeah. Yeah, I think with like 0 fronds maybe, and then maybe you have to cut the crown or something, get to that live tissue. But I bet you, yeah, for a very, very short amount of time, they might be able to. Large palms are always pricey, definitely true. Sandor's palms. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Windmill looks awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really pleased that I have this, and your windmills, by the way, look awesome, and that's just so cool. And I really appreciate that. That's really nice, and yeah, I'm really glad to have this. I'm thinking below, like, what do you think, Sander? So I was thinking like below maybe 15 or 20. I'm thinking about maybe 17, 18 Fahrenheit. I'm going to bring this thing inside just to be safe because it's in a pot. But otherwise, I'm going to keep this thing outside. Like I said, it's been outside all season so far. It was outside at the nursery. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe below 17 or 18 Fahrenheit. I'll bring this thing inside, or maybe 20 just to be safe. But we're not going to have temperatures like that anytime soon. It's about 56 here, by the way. How's the weather where you guys are, by the way? I always love to know. Got my license when I turned 16. Awesome. Yeah, we get ours at I don't know what it is here. I think it's like officially 16 and a half, 17 something. Yeah, 16 and a half, I think. So I should get my license soon. I don't know how many hours. We could get 60 hours of driving in Maryland, which is a lot. Like it's like 45 in Virginia. It's 60 here, 10 hours a night driving, and then 6 hours with an instructor. I've done 2 hours with an instructor so far, and I've done a total, I don't know, like 15 hours or something. So I got a lot of hours to do still. I try drive like every weekend. I have a permit now. October 18th. Got it. So you're 16 right now. Oh wow, that's awesome, Caleb. Happy birthday, by the way. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. My birthday soon, as you know. This is my birthday gift right here. Just about, not just about. This is literally the best birthday gift I could ask for. And I drove with my dad yesterday, 50 minutes, 50 minutes, close to an hour, and then close to an hour back to this nursery to get it. Crammed it in the car. And I'm just really grateful, and it's just the best gift I could ask for. It's just incredible. I'm so happy to have this. That's awesome, Caleb. My Cuban Royal Palm and Queen Palm seeds are not James Tropical. So are you using the baggie method? Because there's all sorts of fancy grow lights and stuff people have. I just put them in the baggie, put a little water, soil, and just leave it in a sunny spot. But they can take a while. I thought my palmetto seeds weren't germinating after like 2 months, and it took like 3-4 months for them to actually germinate at least. And now they're all seedlings, all doing really well in a pot. So I just give it time. Again, even if they never germinate, I would just leave them until you definitively know that they're not germinating, like maybe 7 months or something. I don't know about 7, maybe like after like 5 months, if they haven't germinated, then maybe you can get rid of them. But, I always leave them, why not? Because they can always germinate late, certainly. And I took them, I have palmetto seeds that literally just germinated, and I got them in March. So some germinate sooner than others. There are some late bloomers, I guess. Late germinators. Look at that. 1,500 for a 20. Oh my God. Jeez. That's a really good deal, actually. I mean, 1,500 is a ton of money, but 25-foot tall windmill palm, that is, Jesus. Yeah. So usually it's about 100 feet per every foot of trunk is what I've heard. And 25 foot, that should be like 2,500. But of course it gets, as you get, if you get to like 25 feet, usually they compress the price a little bit, but 1,500 is actually a pretty good price. Bring it in at 20. That's what I've heard. Thank you for that's perfect. Bring it at 20 Fahrenheit. That is what I will do. Thank you, Sander. I always love hearing from you guys, and that sounds good. And I always want to be safe than sorry. It'd be cool to maybe have it out in a pot all winter and say that it survived down to like 8 Fahrenheit. But even if it just got damaged and didn't die, I would still prefer to have it nice and green and have to bring it inside once or twice than having it badly damaged and just having it outside, Yeah, of course, Caleb. Thank you. We've gotten about 6 inches. Wow. I watched I didn't really watch it. My dad is a huge fan. The Ohio State, Michigan game yesterday, and my grandma lives in Columbus, so we've sort of become. None of my relatives went to Ohio State, but we sort of become adoptive fans. I don't really watch football very much, but it was snowing like crazy up there in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I guess that's sort of a similar latitude to you, Sandor. But that's crazy. 6 inches of snow. We have not gotten any. You know what? Actually, when I was in New Jersey, we were driving once and it started snowing. And then it was like about 2 minutes later or less, it stopped. So none of it stuck. It was about maybe 1 minute, 1.5 minutes of snow, and then it stopped. So I don't know if we got any of that here. But basically, yeah, no measurable snow yet so far, and probably none at all. But yeah, that's interesting. I hope we get some at some point. I always like when it snows. It's cool. And people are always sad because our winters here have been really mild and without snow. But I prefer no snow in a mild winter than snow in a bad winter. But the coolest is like a very mild winter where you still get some snow, because that definitely happens, and it's cool. 35. Wow, 35 Fahrenheit. It's like 56 here. Maybe it's dropped a little bit. The sun's going down. It might be like 55 now. But 35 Fahrenheit. Jeez, that's cold. I think the low today was like 35, or maybe even higher. Actually, yeah, I think it was higher, because I think the low was maybe like 40 or 42. Because I remember yesterday evening when I got home, it was pitch black and it was like 42. So, wow, that's cold. Today's a warm day, and then it's supposed to get colder. I think it's supposed to get like 29 or something on Thursday, I think. Got my license a month ago, hoping to visit Monticello. That's awesome. I love how many young palm growers there are. People say that like interest in these kind of things has declined since I guess before technology. I feel like a lot of people think that interest in palms has declined amongst younger generation. But I feel like that even though, most people may not know anything about palms, I think there's a lot of young people that have interest in palms, like, obviously me, and I love seeing all these young people in here. That's so awesome to hear about all this young palm love, and that's really awesome. Yeah, I would love to visit Monticello, Georgia someday. I've been to Monticello, Virginia. Now I need to go to Monticello, Georgia. The better Monticello. But that's awesome. Got your license. I'm looking forward to the day when I get my license. I should be soon. Dad hates my palm session. My dad's great. He is very not just understanding, but he always talks to me about palms and stuff. He's willing to listen even when I blabber his ear off and just about palms. But he drove, like I said, he drove to this place. He takes me to all sorts of places to film videos. He's really great, and he likes my interest and likes that I am going forward with it. And he's really supportive, I guess, of my palm interest, you could say. So that's really great. I'm sorry to hear about that, Caleb. I hope your mom or your other parent, or if you have another parent, or I guess your dad, will become more supportive of your palm interest, because it's such a healthy hobby. I mean, it's definitely an addiction for me, but it's a healthy addiction, and it keeps me interested in the environment, in palm conservation, and it's a very, very healthy interest. So yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, I'm glad us younglings can grow palms. So when we grow, yes, exactly. Me too. And yeah, when I come back here, if these trackies actually manage to survive for 20 years or something, we'll have a big one here. And then my parents, if they sell the house at some point, the new owners will have a nice surprise. I think that'd be cool. I love it too. And also, there's so much more availability today. If I lived in the DC area just like 15 years ago, I mean, there was like very few trackies planted in the area. Almost probably no stores sold them. Very low availability online. There's just the online marketplace was so much smaller. So many more palms are available nowadays, and I'm sure in 30 years there'll be so many more available. And I'm sure like maybe a lot of the box stores will sell I mean, some of them do, but I'm sure like a lot of the small local nurseries as well. A lot of the nurseries around here will start selling hardy palms. I expect there to be, interest has taken off in hardy palms recently. You'll see a lot of young palms throughout the city. I bet you in like 30 years there'll be a lot more. So I'm really glad about that too. And the availability of palms is also a lot better these days. Yeah, 6B, awesome, Sandor. So that's like 6A. Okay, yeah. So that's 5A in American. I don't understand the difference between Canadian and American zones. I guess it's just like a zone warmer for Canada. So it's 5A here, I guess. They're all in pots, and I transferred some queen palm seeds in a bag. Huh. Yeah, I guess just keep them really well watered. You should just do the baggy method, and then put them in pots once they germinated, because baggy method's foolproof. I've never had it not work for me. I've had extremely high success rates, and my Washingtonia foliifera are germinating right now. They're already seedlings. I got to take them out of the baggie soon, and it just you don't even have to care for them. You don't even have to water them. They're just in there. It's a sealed environment. Humidity's good. It works. Yeah, I would do that. Hey, Dara O'Connell, Southwest Ireland Rainforest. Great to see you in here. I don't know if you saw my new trackie, but it's doing well, and great to see you in here. Thank you so much for joining. I wonder if all the thick hairs on the trunk of a trackie protect the trunk. Oh, definitely. So you'll see sometimes. I saw this in like South Carolina, in LA. You won't really see it much here, but you'll see like a shaved up trackie where they take all the dead leaf bases and hairs off, and it definitely looks more tropical. I think it actually looks kind of cool. I always lean towards leaving palms in their natural state as opposed to pruning them up or something like that. But especially in this climate, it's almost like having them wrapped, as opposed to like fiber versus no fiber on the trunk. And I mean, you look at it, it doesn't just cover the trunk, but it goes right up and covers those new leaves. So it keeps those new fronds protected. Even if all the outer fronds die, that little spear will stay like insulated. So it definitely helps protect them. No question about it. Yeah, that's a great observation, and it's really fascinating how they have like a natural coat. It's actually really strange, because coconuts, like the coconut that I saw in California, usually they have a very smooth trunk, but the one that I saw had like an extreme amount of dead fiber. I wonder if that's helped protect it, but they're not all that hardy. But 9 Celsius here, so that is, let me think about that for a second. 9 Celsius is, was it like 50? No, that's gotta be below 50. Actually, yeah, is it like 48 Fahrenheit or something like that? It's about Yeah, usually, so your summers are cooler than us, and I guess this time of year, maybe the highs will be a bit lower, but you definitely have warmer lows. We're gonna start getting a lot below you because Ireland's much milder than DC in winter, much milder. Anywhere in Ireland is much milder. Well, you're very lucky. It's about, I don't know, it'll be like 12 Celsius here right now, maybe more, maybe 13, 14. Nah, yeah, probably something like that, 12, 13. It's about 55 Fahrenheit right now. Actually, no, that's got to be more. That's got to be like 14 Fahrenheit, yeah, probably 13, 14 Celsius right now, and it's really great. It's actually been a pretty warm day, all things considered. It's a bit cold, chilly in the. It's amazing when you go from like shade to sun. Like you're in the sun, it actually feels warm. You don't even need a coat, anything, but it's a bit chilly in the shade. But yeah, Trekky's doing well, and I'm surprised at how big it is. It's amazing when you walk up to it, just it gets a lot bigger suddenly. It's actually taller than me. It's probably close to 6 foot, 6.5 feet. And just beautiful. It's got all those healthy new spears. That's what you always want to check when you're buying a palm. Even if the leaves look completely healthy, the first thing to check, I mean, besides, I don't know, overall aesthetic and pot and stuff like that, like how the pot is and how it's doing, is the spear. Because if it's that spear pull or something, the rest of the fronds may be healthy, but the palm can decline. And you look at that spear is just, it's got like two new spears right there. At least it's got a new frond opening up. The spear is really nice and healthy. It's amazing how broad it is. It's like, it's amazing. I mean, look at my. I was putting some. By the way, you could see the roots exposed, so I was putting some dead leaf litter around the trunk. Look at my foot next to it. It's just like, it's got such. I forgot to mention this actually before, but it's got such a nice thick trunk. Grabbing some leaves to put it around. It's got such a nice thick trunk. It's like, it's you can tell it's gonna be a beefy one, which is what you want in this climate. The thicker the trunk, you know, the better protected the. That inner fiber will be. It's not fiber, the inner, growth point and stuff. So that's what you want. You want those big thick ones, and they should be developing a thick trunk in this area, unless they're like really boxed in winter. In which case, it'll stay warmer in their environment. So like in LA, they get really super thin trunks, but here, they should get nice and thick ones, and you can see just how beautiful it's like someone wove, it's like it was woven. This incredible fiber, and you see my hand just does not wrap around that trunk. It's just a beautiful thick one, and I really like it. Beautiful trichycarpus. Thank you so much, Dara. I really appreciate that, and I'm so happy. This is the best birthday gift I could ask for. It's just amazing. It's amazing when you rub your hands on the petioles. There's actually like little spines there. You can almost like cut yourself with it a little bit. Yeah, you actually really can, but just like tiny little spines on the petioles, tiny little teeth. They're not like that sharp. I mean, they're not that sharp, but they are actually. Yeah, it's really interesting. All right, Washingtonias are a little less cold hardy than Trackies. Oh yeah, Washingtonias are a lot less cold hardy than Trackies. Even the least hardy Trachycarpus species, which I think is Trachycarpus nanus, which is like a dwarf like a really dwarf Trachycarpus, doesn't really get a trunk or anything. Even that is hardier than Washingtonia. Yeah, Trackies are much hardier. You'll see Trackies. They're probably bulletproof. I'd say they're officially bulletproof up to like southeastern Virginia. Here they're just about marginal. But yeah, whereas Trackies are. You'll never see Washingtonia make it, even in like a really mild winter. Probably won't make it here. Washingtonia don't really start to become bulletproof until like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I mean, even a bad winter up there in like Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, like even in very southernmost North Carolina, very, very southern end, a bad winter will take out a Washi. And maybe Cape Hatteras. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, it's like from Virginia Beach, Trackies are bulletproof. Even north of there, Williamsburg, there's some huge Trackies. The biggest one in the state of Virginia, the state champion Trackie of Virginia is in Williamsburg. Colonial Williamsburg is like the historic heart. It's like the original city of Virginia, Colonial Williamsburg. And there's lots of Trackies there actually, even in the historic city center. And there is a windmill at an apartment or a hotel there that's, I think, 26 feet officially when it was last measured, and it's probably even more now. It's like 3 stories of the building. Biggest one in the state. It's got a nice skirt. It's absolutely magnificent, and I hope to visit that someday. But whereas Trackies are bulletproof up in southeastern Virginia, you got to go down like the entire North Carolina coast, which is huge, and then all the way into South Carolina, basically across the border into South Carolina to actually get bulletproof Washingtonia, and even like Philifera. I've seen some big Philifera actually not that far from Virginia Beach. So if you're talking about Philifera, maybe close to Virginia Beach, but they're nowhere near as hardy, and they're also much less wet tolerant. So Trackies are much hardier, yeah. They don't have much. Yeah, they don't have any hairs on the trunk really. They have like they'll retain their well, they'll retain the dead. I wonder if you get like a whole skirted trachea where all the dead leaves hang down, that might actually help insulate it a little bit. And I'm gonna, by the way, let this thing skirt. You see a lot of browning leaves on this thing, which when they die, I'm gonna let them actually skirt, just drop down and form a skirt. Maybe I'll prune them off for now because they don't have quite a big enough trunk to skirt. But yeah, nice. Oh yeah, nice thick trunk. It's got a really beefy trunk. I was actually really pleased to see that, and it should be a nice thick one. And yeah, it's quite big for the pot actually. If it were spring, I'd repot it. I mean, if it were spring, I'd plant it. But yeah, obviously that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to be planting it. And you can see it's got a little bit of the yellowing on the fronds. I don't know if that's like a nutrient deficiency or it's just underwatered. My guess is maybe a little bit of both. Definitely probably a bit underwatered. But I just watered it today. I'm going to keep this thing well watered. Do what I can. And yeah, I'm thinking, this thing should do really well. I'm just really pleased to have this. All right, folks. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys joining in. It's been going here for about an hour and 20 minutes, and I really appreciate that. You guys are great. I really so enjoy talking to you guys. And yeah, it's all is well here. Let's go to the front, take a look at stuff for a second. But yeah, everything's been going well with me. And I think stuff should have a good fighting shot going into winter. Those little trackies got the leaf litter over them, and they should be doing well. Jungle Joe C, great to see you in here, by the way. Thanks for joining in, Joe. It's an honor to have you here, and I'm a big fan of your videos, and your palms are amazing, and you're the one who inspired a lot of what I've done with I scattered sable minor seeds in the creek in the woods here. I actually scattered them in a lot of several locations around the city, in like on one of the islands in the middle of the river, and I've already seen seedlings starting to come up in the woods. So yeah, I already have sable minor seeds naturalizing, seedlings naturalizing in the woods at my local park. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna check the temperature right now. Oh wow, it's actually really gone down. It was like 56, 57 when I started live streaming. It's about 51 right now. The sun really takes the warmth with it. Eucalyptus cinerea is doing well. And yeah, that's my camera ops there should do well. I'm thinking maybe below 15 Fahrenheit. I'm probably gonna put like a tarp over it or something, keep at least the wetness out. Maybe wrap it. But yeah, everything's doing well. My sable minor, needle palm, and yeah, I don't know if you saw my trachea, Joe, but I got yesterday for my early birthday present. I got a big trachea, and I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna keep it in a pot below 20 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna bring it inside, and other than that, I will be keeping it outside because it's been outside this whole time. This is my Tragicarbus Tequil, by the way. This is a true Tequil. I got this from Pungo Palms in Virginia Beach. Great nursery, amazing place. Sable minor from Pungo Palms. Tragicarbus wagnerianus from Pungo Palms, and then this is a Fortuna, which I ordered online last year. And this is the only one that's actually here through last winter. Made it completely fine, unprotected, and I even planted it in December, so it didn't have any time to get established, which was a dumb idea, but made it through fine. Got lots of sable minor seedlings. I don't know if it's easy, you can see, but I scattered these around a while ago. Lots of seedlings in there, and yeah, you can see some there. Seedlings there. Some sable minor seedlings there, and yeah, lots of seedlings that I scattered around here. I'm really pleased to see them germinating. But yeah, sorry, let me read your guys' comments. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I'll keep spreading the seeds. I got a lot more sable minor seeds to collect, and a lot more that I'm going to spread around in the woods. 54 here in clouds. Awesome. Yeah, it's 51 here currently, so that's nice and warm. That's really nice and warm. Hey, Scruffy, good to see you. That's my brother, by the way. Scruffy, he's my brother, and yeah, good to see you in here. Thanks for joining. Yeah, good to see you, Joe. Sander, thank you. Love that. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, this track is doing really well. Yeah, I'm so glad to have it, and it's really awesome to see that. And yeah, it's crazy just how nice and big it is. I sort of had to smash it in my car a little bit. Got it jammed in there, just barely fit. got a little crunched. You know, those fronds I had to sort of tuck in a bit, but it actually none of them got even damaged, and it looks great. And I'm so pleased. Got a nice thick trunk, you can see there, and I just got those leaves around. The roots were a little exposed, so I got those leaves around to help sort of insulate that. Yeah, really nice healthy spear up there, and yeah. Cheers to you. Keep up the good work. Plant a palm. You can't grow wrong. Exactly right. Will do. Thank you, Joe. You too. Yeah, you've helped. You've helped spread palms definitely. You know, so much, and I really appreciate that. And it's definitely true. Plant a palm. You can't grow wrong. Wherever you are, even if you're in, you know, the subarctic, subtropics, anywhere in between. Yeah, plant a palm and protect it. Do whatever you need. But yeah, they're well worth it. And just seeing them grow is just an amazing thing. And I'm so glad that I have this tracking. I can't wait to see how it does. Keep it through the winter in this pot, bring it inside below 20 Fahrenheit, and then yeah, plant it in spring and put it to the test. And just really that. All right, take care, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Have a good one. And I really appreciate you joining in the live stream. All you guys, it really means a lot. And yeah, it's great to have you all in here. And I had a lot of fun. My first actual live stream directly on YouTube. The other ones were through that app called Prism Live Studio. But thankfully, I can actually stream on YouTube now. They changed the requirements from 1,000 subscribers. Apparently, it's like 50. So I'm really glad. Hey, from UK. Great to see you in here. Tom HD Vlogging. That's awesome. UK. I have a lot of viewers from the UK, which is really awesome. I love the UK. I've been there before visiting. I've visited friends there. Lots and lots of palms, even in the far north of Scotland, far south of England especially, and everywhere in between. You got lots of palms in the UK. I am jealous. I wish I lived in the UK. Mostly for climate reasons. You got you got that nice mild climate, and amazing what you can grow there. Glad they yeah, me too. I thought it was so stupid to have like 1,000 subscribers to have to live stream. I mean, for some people especially, it can take a long time to get 1,000. I've had my channel for, you know, certainly over a year now, and I'm only like a third of the way to 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, that definitely was I was very surprised to see that. It was a very high bar, and I'm really glad they changed that too. Yeah, lots of palms. Oh, that's so jealous. And you've got like Washingtonia, Canary Island date palms, all sorts of others, pindos, sables in some areas. I'm so jealous. That is so cool. All right, cheers, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and take care. Enjoy the palms, and yeah, let's hope for a mild winter. I say that a lot, but I always mean it, and yeah, I'm really excited. All right, take care, folks.